Please, have you followed the unending chatter in the social media about the next woman, the other wife? Condemnations and words of frustration like, my husband cheated on me. My husband's sexual indiscipline gets on my nerves. I can't stand the sight of wives as a man's love crowd. I'm a jealous lover. And then some hard men will weigh in and ask you to look deeply to discover the intolerant and unaccommodating woman in those expressions.
Any situation you find yourself, be bad or good, you are not qualified to go for another woman. Whether in terms of infidelity, you don't have any single right to move out of the marriage.
In the end, the woman moves out of the marriage, either taking the children along with her or abandoning them with their father, but surely creating children who grow up without one of the parents. Unbalanced children with something missing in their lives. Against the accusation of intolerance and being unaccommodating, some of the women raised the banner of the law and the religious order. The common law, they say, permits a man to marry only one wife. Anything more is bigamy, a crime. The Bible says, a man shall leave his mother and his father and cling to his wife, and the two shall become one. And the Quran, for good measure, says any man marrying more than one wife must balance the relationship with them, including, of course, loving them equally. And since no man can love 2, 3, or 4 women equally, the Quran effectively objects to more than one wife.
The first thing is that God took one rib from Adam and closed it up. That closing up means there's no any other chance for taking another rib, for the formation of another wife.
You can marry more than one, because a justice, a person who cannot make a justice between two wives, is prohibited for him to marry more than. But if you can make justice between them, you can marry more than 2 wives.
The Bible does not seem to object to more than one wife for a man. You doubt that? Apart from certain bishops apart as those who should marry only one wife, the Bible says that God befriended King David, who was a husband of so many wives. Can God befriend a man who offends his order or commits sin? Solomon, whom God blessed and gave exceptional wisdom, did not just have a house full of wives. His concubines were in numbers. There is even the deeper examination of that biblical injunction that a man should leave his father and mother and cling to his wife. The question is, who is the wife? Luckily, the Bible did not say, and cling to a wife. So, who is the wife? By native, as much as religious standards, any woman whose dowry a man has paid with her consent and that of her parents and kinsmen is a wife. Each completed process of marrying with the woman's consent and that of her parents makes the woman a legitimate wife to which the man can cling.
What I need to do in order to have the wife, despite God has spoken to me that this woman is his will for me. This girl is to be my wife according to his ordination or his purpose for my life. So when that is done and I have fulfilled all marital right before both their parents and my own both parents, then the woman is my wife.
If you pay this dowry, there is time for marry her parents and your parents, they can come together and call the people to announce them that there is marriage.
Some religious scholars have introduced the concept of dispensation, and this means that David's, Solomon's many wives were permissible in a particular period in time in a dispensation. The now dispensation makes it offensive to God to marry more than one wife. It has become a sin. It is even a sin not to have wedded the wife in a church or in a mosque. The question is, does God change his rules? Is an act permissible to him in one dispensation and becomes a sin to him in another? Unfortunately for those arguing this way, Jesus Christ says something quite different. When the Jews tried to push him to a corner on the issue of marriage, they painted a scenario of a woman who was married by 3 different brothers, each after the preceding husband had died. In heaven, they asked, whose wife will she be? The answer Jesus Christ gave seems to resolve this controversy over the next woman, the next wife. In heaven, he said, there is neither giving nor taking of wives. So, is this unending controversy only about an earth-bound social matter without a heaven consequence?